Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Kansas City Chiefs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 15, run. 15, run. Hey, that's good. That's good. Check 9, check 9. Shoot. Check 52. Get.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Gurley. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Look at me. Go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. To the right side and complete to Hurst. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Yellow. Mike. Tackles. Yellow. Go. Check 3.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I'm coming. 43 outside. 43 for Mike.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schwartz. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
I don't need to. I've got Louis. 57.
Williams. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Jerry Atauchu brings him down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
At the 43-yard line.
Yellow. Argyle 80. 43.
On second down, Williams. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
53. Mike 53.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Second and 10 at the 1-yard line.
Got it.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now Gurley. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
And it's third down.
Ready up.
53, check 53. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Ryan. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check.
Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you. I got you. Check 43. Check 4. 15. Check the backer. Right side.
Now Williams. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Let's get it. Yellow. 180.
On 3rd down, Slade. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. On the ground, this is Williams. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Under 10. 10. SOS.
They'll run it with Williams.
Check.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Pick edge. Come. Check 13. Hey, watch that.
They hand off to their big tight end. He will push his way down to about the 14. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah. Number 9.
At the 14.
Rush in. Check 37. Kill.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, 43, 15. Slash, roll. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Mahomes going to throw. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And the kick by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
At the 28-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy.
6-6. Pull it high.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me
Look. Squeeze. Tighten up. Ready?
From the pistol, it's Gurley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Chiefs make their first down and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed it.
that. Super toe.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
15.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Mike 53. Charlie, coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 53.
From the 16, Mahomes, complete, the tight end Kelsey. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
I don't need to. 480.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Shift.
15.
Check. 50.
Yellow.
Check. 53's mine.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. It's Williams on the catch. The third down run gets them nothing.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The second quarter score from Cincinnati. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Play action. Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Caught by Jones. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Ryan eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Throwing again, Ryan. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Mahomes now on first down. It's complete to Williams. He got 29 yards that time.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53.
On first down, Mahomes. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. This is caught by Williams. Give him 7 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Attack, attack! 53's the mark. 53, check 53. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Check. Orbit. Check. 53's Mike. It's a party now. 15. 53's the mic. 53.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check 31, check 31. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist. Shift! Watch the shift! Shane, 57, 57 colors, 57 colors.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag. Watch the flag, motion, block, block, block.
This will be called about the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
You mine. Watch the safety creep. Hey, 43, 43, 15.
They'll run it with Williams. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
2nd down and goal. Mahomes, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here. and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Come on, baby. I'm going to run you over. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Joker.
On 1st down, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. On 2nd down now, it's Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, complete to Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Go. Yo, faster, go.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Well, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
You got me right. Don't be scared of it.
He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Operating from the gun. Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
53, Mike, Alpha.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Yellow.
Check 53's Mike. It's going to be a long.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schwartz. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Attack!
Let's go, defense. Who we got?
15. Hey, check 24.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check the outs, check the outs.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before, and now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Gurley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Ryan nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs are likely going to win the football game.
Yellow. Let's go on, 80. Check, 43. I got you.
They'll run on 1st down. Williams. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Chiefs, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll sink now to 0-4, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.